Thank you for tuning in to the Life of KG podcast. We are all about helping you guys in the beauty industry. Whether you're starting out in this industry or been in the business for years, we want to motivate you, educate you, and support you to grow. Enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. So today I'm extremely excited because I get to interview the wonderful Vicky Rugg. Those lash babes on the show will know exactly who I'm talking about. She is such an amazing lash artist and she's also a trainer. Like, her work is just incredible. It has been a little bit of a journey trying to get Vicky on the show. Reasons why will be discussed during the interview. So I'm really, really excited for you guys to listen in, and please give us your feedback online through social media. And yeah, so without further ado, here she is. Vicky, thank you so much for coming on the show. Can you introduce yourself and just say exactly what you do?
Yes, of course. My name's Vicky Rugg and I am a lash artist and a trainer. I've been lashing for about 10 years and training for about 5 years now.
Oh, okay, amazing. So obviously I know you obviously are well known in this industry. Everyone loves your work, so I'm pretty sure everyone listening already knows who you are. So obviously, like, it has taken me a little while to agree to get you to come on the podcast.
Just a little while.
It's actually, I think, because of reasons that might help some of our listeners. Do you want to explain, if you feel okay to?
Yeah, of course. And I know, and I am really sorry that it's taken me so long, and I know that it could come across in such a worse way than I intended it to, but I get myself just so overwhelmed and worked up that people even want me to do this kind of thing, and sometimes it's just easier to ignore what's happening around me. Like, I just kind of live in my own little bubble a little bit, and then I just think, oh, nobody wants to listen, I'm really boring, I'm actually really boring. And rather than go, yeah, like, it sounds really strange, it does sound really strange to some, because if I do have like a social media presence, but I really actually don't like putting myself out there at all. I even when I post pictures of my lashes and stuff, I very rarely say any. I literally just post a picture. That's it. I post a picture and run, and that's literally what it feels like I do. Because if I just, it is really hard to put myself out there, and open myself up to other people's thoughts and. It's really hard. And it's. I know that it's just a phone call, but it really has taken a lot for me to even be on here today.
Oh, I know. I really know it has. So, would you say then it's anxiety that's causing it?
Yes. Yeah. Like, I do get like a really anxious, but it's more of an overwhelming feeling. I think I've been in the industry for a long time, and I'm under no illusion of how I got to the position that I'm in. Back when I first started, people wasn't really lashing so much, and then like lashes, they want to soak up every little bit of information. And I was posting pictures and putting myself out there a long time ago. And I think now I've put so much pressure on myself to like all these followers on Instagram and stuff, and it's just too overwhelming. And I just think, what if I let people down? And what if they're like, oh God, she ain't all that, like it's a really overwhelming feeling to know that people are, people want to listen. It's really, some people might think that that's a good thing, but I don't. I just think like I've really got nothing interesting to say. I'd rather not. That sounds bad. That sounds bad. No, but it's just, honestly, it's so hard to explain, because it is anxiety, but it's more of a pressurized feeling. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to be like, I can't post pictures that might be a little bit bad, or I can't say anything that people might not agree with. Does that make sense? Am I making
Yeah,
sense?
I think that's what comes with being mini famous, Vicky.
Don't say that. That's stressful. That's stressful. Yeah, it is a real big pressure. Like, I've got probably 1,000 pictures on my phone that I don't feel like I'm able to post because of, I feel like there's like people have put me on this kind of pedestal maybe,
Mhm.
that I'm terrified of falling off of.
Yeah, I do. I 100% get what you mean, and I think social media has kind of done this damage on all of us. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely, because you are just, people are wanting to see everything, but what, and it is hard, but you hardly get, well, I've never seen anything negative about you.
Yeah,
But,
do you know what, I think that's because I kind of I do try, like, if you in a room, if I have like students, oh my god, I don't shut up, and people are like, I can't believe that you're nervous before a class. Even like, I've been teaching for 5 years, and before a class, I literally want to throw up. Ask Amy Phillips. Amy Phillips will tell you. I get myself so stressed out, and I feel so, and then I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? As soon as I start teaching, I'm in my happy place, and I'm like, yeah, I do know, I'm terrified that people are just going to be like, wow, she's really not all that, like, which sounds really terrible. That sounds really like,
it doesn't at all. It doesn't.
I really do care what people think of me. And I think that I just kind of let my lashes do the talking, if you know what I mean. I know my stuff when it comes to lashes, and I find it hard to come across well online, so I just kind of step back a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. And if I could give you any advice, I would just say that you've got a large following because people love you. It's not just because of your work, and you should embrace that.
I think it's just because of my work, and I just think, okay, I just put my work out there, and it's just, that's what I want to do. That I know of all the things that I might not be confident in, I know I can do a good set of lashes. I know that I can, and I know that I know my stuff, but I hate leaving myself open to people. I don't even know what the right word is. Like,
It's like
not,
vulnerable.
yes, exactly that. I do feel like my lashes, I'm not vulnerable, but as a person, yeah, vulnerable. I just rather not. Like, I just it's just really hard. It's really hard.
But I think this is why I was a bit on your case for a little while. Like, you kept saying no, and I was just like, I'm not going to give up, because I just think if you just do this once, like, you might really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's honest. It's not, honestly, the whole time that I'm talking, I'm just like, oh my god, shut up, stop talking. Like, literally the whole time that I'm talking. But I am really happy that I'm doing it. My husband would say different, because if I was a wreck 10 minutes ago, and I'm still a wreck now, and he was like, just be you. And I was like, but it's really hard. It's really hard to just be me. It's really, really hard.
Oh, how do you, like, I know it must be hard even just talking about it on here today, but how do you think it affects you, like, within our industry, like, or
I feel like in the end, I feel like people might think badly of me, maybe just think like that I'm being rude, and I really was. I remember messaging you, and I was like, I'm really not being rude, but I just can't deal. And so when I can't deal with things, I ignore it. I don't like to say no to things, so then I just ignore it. And so I ignore emails, and I ignore messages, and I ignore people that are inviting me to different countries. I get invited to different countries all the time, and rather than saying no, because I don't want to upset people, rather than saying no, I end up ignoring them, and then I feel bad and feel anxious that I've ignored them, and then I think, oh god, they hate me, and they think that I'm rude, or that, like, think different. It's just really, really hard to explain. Really hard.
Yeah, and so I guess it does leave you, like, missing out a little bit on things that you could do,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure there's, obviously, with like the Lash conferences and stuff at the moment, I bet people would love you to talk at their events.
Yeah, like when I bought a ticket to Lash uni, I was really excited, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go. We're all gonna have a nice time." And Zoe, love her, she messaged me and she was like, "Do you want to speak?" I was like, "Absolutely not, absolutely not." She was like, "Come on, come and speak." There's absolutely no way I could get up and speak at a conference. She was like, "I know, if you change your mind, but I just know that I could never change my mind. I know I couldn't."
Yeah. Oh, so obviously, like mental health, anxiety, and stuff like that is obviously so huge right now, and I know it's massive within our industry. Is there any advice that you feel that you could give people, or maybe solutions that do help you out in this situation?
Probably not, because I'm not probably coping with it that well. But do you know what? I think it really does. Like, our job makes like we're like therapists to our clients, and we take on so much of our clients' mental health, and then we work such long hours, and we're trapped in our lash rooms all day, and then I really do think that it has such a knock-on effect, and it is really hard to not, I feel like I do take on my clients' anxieties, because they do treat us like counsellors, and I'm not a trained counsellor, so I take on all these fears and worries, and it's really hard. Like, I honestly don't think I have any good advice. I really don't. You just need to try and separate yourself, and try and get that balance, which is, it's very difficult. When with lashes, it's such a passion, it's consuming, it takes over everything, so it's hard to not let it spill over into your personal life as well. Like, all I'm ever thinking about is that last set, it wasn't quite good enough. How can I improve? How can I improve with my students? What can I do to make them better? How can I make it easier for them? My brain is constantly ticking to be better than I was. It's hard.
Yeah, really, really hard.
Really.
Can you do me a massive favour?
Yeah.
So when we finish this podcast recording,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, okay.
Oh my
I want
God.
you to go in your camera roll, and out of them 40 photos that you took, that you said that you just don't want to post.
Oh no. You want me to post?
Yes. And
Oh
I just
no.
want you to see how bad that it's not going to be.
Oh, I know. No, I don't. Oh, see, I can't. So I know exactly which one I want to do, and it was Eloise, my daughter's set of lashes, and she came home from Santi. She hadn't had lashes on, and I posted a video, but the actual picture straight on, and I was like, they're not good enough. The curl's wrong. Everything's wrong about them, and I couldn't post her before and after, because I was like, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough, and I really wanted to. But I feel like everything was wrong about the set, and I fucked it up. Oh, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, fine. No,
And I feel like I feel like it just. I really wanted it to be better, and it just wasn't. And I feel like I just can't post the before and after of it, because if people are going to be like, "Wow, she ain't all that. She ain't all that."
Well, let's just put this to the test. So after
no.
before tonight, you're going to post that photo and you're going to tag me, so I know it's done. And
Oh, no.
all these listeners are going to be writing comments on it.
Oh my
And
God.
they're not bad. I mean, come on, Vicky. How can you produce a bad set of lashes?
Honest, the curl was so, like, I used it, the curl was too strong. I don't know what happened, and they would just curl back in, and I was like, no, I just can't post. That's the thing. Like, I know exactly what I'm talking about when I said, like, it's there. I haven't deleted it. It's there, and I'm just like, I can't leave myself open to it, which is stupid, because people would probably be like, oh, they might think I'm a robot or something, and I'm really not. I'm a real person, but it's just pressure that I put on myself.
Yeah, but people love realness, and people also like to know that we all make mistakes. So I'm pretty sure that aren't mistakes, but it's, even if one lash is out of place, it's not that big of a deal. Blame it on the lash.
I know. Like, how do I make it such a big deal? Honestly, I am. Crazy.
Oh, well, I look forward to seeing that set later on tonight.
Oh my God, I'm actually going to do it as well. I feel really nervous. People that haven't listened to it are going to be like, what the fuck is going on? What is this?
Oh, we're making you accountable. That's what we're doing.
I know, and the thing is, I should be, but I am accountable to myself. Like, the picture is there, I know it's there, and I can't stop thinking about what I'm going to do when I do Eloise's lashes again, and I'll be able to do them better. And like, if I did them again as well, I would probably post the one before and go, do you know what, I improved on myself, but I just feel like I would let people down or let myself down if I posted it and it didn't come out like how I wanted to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. So let's move on to something a little bit easier on the subject.
Oh, thank God.
Let's talk about lashes more. So obviously, even though what you think about yourself, your lashes are insane, and obviously you do have a huge following of people that love you, which we've obviously gone over a little bit. How long have you actually been lashing for, and what made you start in this industry?
So I did my first lash course in 2010. And honestly, it wasn't actually what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into the beauty industry for a long time. And I was quite late into the industry, really. I was 27 when I took the course. So I was working as a barmaid at the time, and I managed to get myself onto a nail course, but it was around May. And the course didn't start till September. And when I've decided that that's what I'm going to do, that is what I'm going to do. That's what I need to do immediately. So the course wasn't starting until September, and I was just looking around for something kind of beauty related, and there was a course the following week local to me within my budget. I had no idea what eyelash extensions were. And I went along and was blown away. I wish that I could remember my trainer's full name. I know her name was Claire. I wish that I could remember her name because I want to just give her a hug. And I was obsessed from the very first day. I did my nail course, but I was horrible at nails. And all I cared about was lashes. By the time I'd got to do my nail course, I was literally obsessed. I've qualified in other treatments as well, like spray tanning, and I hated all of them. It was just all about lashes, always.
Wow, and then that was basically it.
Yeah, really, it really was it. And then I just started telling, or like, I wanted people to love lashes as much as I did. Like, I couldn't stop. I worked day and night. I was always trying to research, find out things, and so I would tell people to go on courses because obviously I was new. That's how I got Amy Phillips. She did her course not long after. I was like, you need to do my lashes. I told her how to do it, and then she loved it as well. She did a course. I just wanted to create this lash family that I could talk to about lashes day and night, basically.
Oh, which you definitely did. You did create.
I really did.
Oh, so you've been in it a little while now. So how would you say the industry's changed since you started? Because obviously there's new things happening all the time.
All the time. So it's, do you know what? One of the things that I noticed the most. So I did a workshop with Tara Fisher. She hosted me in September. I've been there 3 times, and it's always been really good. But I was talking to the girls, and as we was going around, and a huge percentage, bigger than any other workshop or any training course that I've ever done, only used pre-made fans, and that shocked me the most. Like, pre-mades have their place, that's fine, but I was so surprised at how many people are volume trained but have reverted to pre-mades. That, I think that's the how the industry is evolving, that people are using those. Like, it wasn't okay a couple of years ago to use pre-mades, and yep, they have their place, but people that are actually volume trained that have come to my workshop, I would say a strong 70% of them no longer handmade their fans.
How do you feel about it? 'Cause I think most people in the industry know I've got a massive opinion on pre-mades.
Yeah.
What?
I'm kind of I'm indifferent about them. They're okay. Do you know what? When I think about them, I'm happy that I know and love making them myself. I think they're a good time saver. I have some in my kit if I want to use them. But I was honestly shocked at how many people only use them now. Whereas to me, I would, if we was talking percentages, maybe I would use them on inners if I was running out of time or something like that. But the people that are exclusively using them, that was the biggest shock to me that I think that I've had since volume came about. I was around when volume was invented. I was on the Wake Up in Your Makeup forums when everybody was going wild that you could place more than one lash on a lash. Everybody was going crazy about it, I remember. And now everybody's using pre-mades. I'm looking at the lash world through rose-tinted glasses, I think, because if I still hand make all my fans.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, especially being, obviously I'm mainly in salons, so we're all about obviously doing the best quality lashes or treatments, whatever that might be. But obviously we need a big turnaround.
With the time.
It's all about time, yeah. So
Yeah.
I train my girls to be able to do speed lashing, but I still would never look at pre-mains and be like, oh, do you know what, that's going to save us time, let's get them in, because I just feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah, no, I don't feel like I'm cheating with them. I feel like they are. I do feel like they're handy to. Like I'm really open, and I love trying new things. There's never any lash police. I tell my students that I would never ever say no to anything, because when straight to volume, I was one of the first people to do straight to volume, and people was like, it can't be done. My straight to volume students are way better than any other students, and I'm always open to new ideas. And I would say that they have a place. Like I see that they've got pre-made courses now straight from the beginning, which is good, because do you know what, I don't think clients want classic lashes anymore. So I really don't think they, when people are wanting lashes, so it can be helpful at the beginning. But I think that's the biggest change in the industry, that I do think that handmade volume is a bit of a lost art.
Yeah. Do you
or
think
it will be?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that, obviously, like, say for example in the nail industry, everyone used to have like acrylics with polish, or there used to be manicures, and obviously now it's evolved, there's now gels, no one really polish. And I always say, like, nail polish one day isn't going to be around, because why would we when we can have gels?
So yeah.
Do you think the same that's going to happen in the lash industry, where maybe we don't hold volume courses anymore, we're holding
for the very first time on that workshop? Yeah, I did a workshop, even back in June, I did a workshop down in Devon. But this workshop that I did in September, I was genuinely surprised at how many exclusively use pre-mades, which is fine. Everybody's welcome to use whatever they want, but that was baffling to me, especially because everybody hated them at the beginning. Everybody, they was like so disregarded. People was just so dead against them, because of people would talk about you had to wrap your fan around the lash, which when we've discovered crystallizing, we know that we don't need to do anymore. And so people like pre-mades, they're here to stay, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to get my head around it and maybe order some. I can't even talk. I'm not going to guide them.
I know. Honestly, I have they're okay, but I would still prefer to make my. But I'm probably a fast lasher, maybe compared my, but I think I have like a niche market with my lashes. I still want 3 hours. I love 3 hour sets of lashes. And I, that's my niche market. I don't do natural sets of lashes. I don't do wispy sets of lashes. I don't do, one client in, one client out, one client in. I do one-off bridal special sets. That's my niche market. So maybe I just don't understand it as well, because of the way that I do lashes.
Yeah, I do like the idea though of how you use them. Like, I think that's really cool. Like doing, obviously your handmade, but then if you run out of time, the inners using their pre-made.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. They are really handy, and I like to know that I've got them in my kit. But that was, yeah, I just think that's how the industry is evolving. People, clients, lash artists are doing what their clients want. These clients want full lashes in a short space of time, and that's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, definitely, I do agree with that. So
Yeah.
what's kind of your secret to getting that perfect set, and also the perfect after picture? I know you don't want to post one. I'm trying to get you.
They're not always perfect. So I do always work methodically. In my head, I have one pair of tweezers. I have one tray of lashes. I'm not sodding about. I'm not fanning around and thinking, right, okay, this didn't work. Like, I have to make it work. I have a certain amount of time, and so I work from inners, and then I get to like the midsection, and then I work from the outers to in. Inners to outers are always really important. And the middle section, if you're running out of time, just make sure that you get the lower rows. But it's methodical all the time, and it's when I'm working, I'm just like, you have to get it done. You have no choice. You have to get it done. You have to get the lashes on. And I make sure that my conditions are perfect. I know how to use my glue. I just work strategically and methodically. I can chat while I'm lashing as well. But you just get it done. You just have to get it done. You've got no choice. I can't send them out with half a set of lashes. You just get it done. With pictures, I always try and make sure that I take a before and after picture. Even if I don't post that, it's for me. You learn the most if you're looking at a set of lashes straight on. Pictures of close-up lashes, like, technically, yeah, they look great, but how do they look when this person is looking in the mirror or walking down the street, or somebody else is looking at them? Are they off? Are they wonky? Are you making the eyes droopy? So sometimes it's just for me, the pictures, but if they look good, I'll post them also. But I could take 20 pictures, and maybe one is good. Maybe one is just that perfect shot. But sometimes they're all bad. Sometimes I just can't post them because they're blurry. But just take as many pictures as you can, and take pictures sitting up. When you take pictures laying down, the face muscles kind of drag down. It can make them look a little bit like they're in a coffin. But if you have them sitting up, you can zoom in and crop and everything else if you want to, but try and take the picture sitting up. You'll get much better pictures. Flash on, clean your lens, ring light on.
Brilliant. I mean, I know it's so horrible when you do an amazing set of lashes and you just can't get that bloody picture.
I know, and sometimes it just happens, but if you've got a good client that will sit there, and so I'm like, close your eyes, and do you know what, if you don't get the good picture, take a video. I'm not really nice and neat with it. I'm all wobbly, but a video can really help. So I just move around the face and ask them to open and close their eyes, and that can actually show off the lashes much better than a picture can, because sometimes a picture can show up all the flaws, and just make them, you're like, they don't look like that in real life, or you can see a lash out of place. But yeah, if you can't get a good picture, take a 5-second video. It's all you need, is just 5 seconds.
Okay, brilliant, cool. So what would you say has been your toughest challenge in business so far?
Probably probably trying to find balance. Um, it's so hard. This is probably bit like I've took a major step back this year from teaching. I actually taught my first volume class yesterday, and that was the first one that I taught like a full volume class. That was the first one that I taught since like February or March. I took a real step back because I needed to be with my family, and I've got 3 children, a husband, a dog, and when you give lashes it's really hard to try and find balance, and you feel like you're doing it wrong all the time. You feel like you give your all to your work and then your family are left behind, and then you give it to your family and then you feel like you're out of the loop. The lash world moves so fast, and you take a week off of social media and you are so out of the loop. So it's really hard to make sure that you are ahead of the game, even in line with the game, but also with your family. That's really hard. And now my kids are more grown up now. This is probably the easiest summer that I've ever had, because the 6 weeks holidays, normally it's like childcare and I've got to work this day and I've got to work this way, where my kids are grown up now. My youngest is in senior school. She doesn't want to hang out with me. The other 2 are basically adults. So I was prepared for it. Like, it's normally really stressful, but I was like, that was easy breezy. That was the first time in 10 years that I've breezed a summer. Normally I am so stressed and worked up from like April with people trying to get their appointments in. But that's probably been the biggest thing, is just trying to, I don't think I ever found it either. I was either feeling guilty for one or guilty for the other.
Yeah, it is so hard, especially with a family. It's just
really, really tough. You're just like you've got clients booked in and you can't cancel them, and you've got Christmas plays and parents' evening that they just spring on you. It's just, it's really, really tough.
yeah. But talking about parents' evening, Lola Rose has just started school, and all of a sudden, all these emails are coming in. You've got to do this. Another day of parents' evening in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, 2 weeks
Yeah.
time. Talk about giving notice.
Yeah. No, they tell you, they're like, oh, it's they want to the parents come in and do reading in the afternoon. I'm like, the poor kids are the ones, like, the parents have got jobs. They're the ones feeling sad because their parents can't make it. Some parents literally cannot leave their jobs. There isn't any, and that's a lot of pressure as well. So if I'm teaching, for example, like, clients not so bad because you can move those around a little bit, but teaching, when people have I went to Bryony's hen do last year. We went to Cardiff for the weekend and I was so ill, so ill. I've never been so ill before in my life. It completely ruined my whole weekend. I came home and I had students on the Tuesday and I was still so poorly. And I still did it. I still did that training because they had come from Devon. They had booked childcare, train fares, time off work. Logistically, I had nowhere else to put them. And I can't call in sick. That pressure of not being able to call in sick is killer. Real killer. Like that, I was so upset. I was like, I can't let them down. I can't not do this training. They've come so far and I've just dosed myself up to the eyeballs and got through it.
Yeah, that is the hardest thing about training, 100%. Even with my trainers, I'm like, if you're gonna ever be sick and not be allowed to come down, it's just not possible.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. There's not anybody else that can do my job. If these people have paid for their training and I say, oh, I'm gonna send in somebody else, they'd be fuming, or I've got to move them to somewhere else, and it could be like a month down the line because your diary is just so fully booked. And where are you going to put these people? So you literally cannot be ill. You have to be a wife, a mother, a trainer, supportive, and all of these things. And it's that, yeah, that would probably be the hardest thing. So, you know, if you want to do lashes, don't have a family.
It's definitely a single life.
100%.
Oh, can you imagine? I can't even imagine.
Oh, Oh my God, it would just. I know, but I feel like this second part of my life is beginning now. My youngest, she's at senior school, so I've done the school run for nearly 20 years, and I no longer have to do the school run. So I'm like, oh, I can teach this day. I don't have to worry about anything. So she can take care of herself. She gets the bus.
Oh God, that's brilliant. I've got like 16, 17 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's been nearly 20 years. It's been a long time coming.
So who would you say are your top 3 people that inspire you? They can be industry related or business, whatever you want.
Okay, so inspiring. So probably my first one would be Courtney from Sugar Lash. She's the owner, the CEO of Sugar Lash, and she, honestly, I don't even know if she knows the impact that she had on my life. She just plucked me out from nowhere many years ago, and she wanted me to teach for Sugar Lash, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I said no several times, and do you know what? She wouldn't take no for an answer. She's a bit like you. She would not take no for an answer. She wanted me to go out to Canada, and again, I said no. Like, I just couldn't leave my family, and I knew that it was holding me back. My husband told me to go. He was like, just go. This is amazing. Just go. But I just couldn't. I really just couldn't do it. But still, she wouldn't take no for an answer. And, do you know, she taught me online. We had Skype sessions, and her feedback and criticism to constructive criticism, of course, to my work, honestly, has made me the trainer that I am today. She took absolutely no bullshit. I couldn't get away with a thing with her, and I wanted to do her proud, and I pushed myself so hard. And I think that I thanked her, but if I haven't, and if she's listening, thank you, Courtney, because like she really, and honestly, she inspired me to just do better. I couldn't believe that this big company, this Sugar Lash company, wanted little old me on their team. It was just bizarre. It was weird to me. So yeah, she's definitely up there, and she's just badass. She's killing it.
Oh, she's so good. So did you teach for them then?
I did. I was their UK educator for around a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it was difficult because they was in Canada, and just because I hadn't gone out there. You know, we've had dinner together. She came over here. We had dinner together, and it was really, her and her family are just amazing. But it just didn't work for us at the time, and and then I left. I was not her educator anymore, and I was honestly beside myself. I was like, no, what am I going to do? You know, I'm by myself. I literally cried for 2 days because I knew it was the right decision, but I felt alone. I always wanted to actually work for, I never wanted to work for myself ever. I always wanted to work for a company.
Yeah.
And my friend Lucy, she's not in the industry at all. My friend Lucy, she was like, just do it yourself. And I was like, I could never. She was like, you fucking can. And she actually helped me to write my very first manuals and get them accredited. But then once I did that, I actually did nothing with it for really quite some time, because I was just too scared. I was like, who's going to want me to teach them? But I felt like it was the right thing to do, to go forward like that. And then yeah, it was thanks to Courtney and for asking me to be her educator that I'm actually a trainer now.
That's so cool. Courtney's actually speaking at World Lash University next year.
Oh, is she? Oh, I love that. I know. I really know. Honestly, she is amazing. She's just so bad. Honestly, I remember if I would send her pictures of my work, she would just be ruthless. But I would come away and I would be sad, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to fucking show you. I'm going to show you. And you know what? It just made me so much better, because and she knew exactly how to work me. She knows that's how I work. I need to show people that I can do better and I can be better.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's so cool. I love that story.
Yeah, she honestly, she's amazing. My second one would 100% be Trina Dalhorn Maven.
This
I
is
just
so cool.
I,
I love
I love her so much. So I've followed her for so long, and probably the bravest thing that I ever did was message her and ask if I could host her. I've never. I was like, I need her to come. I need her to come. That's how inspiring she is to me. I forced myself. I honestly nearly put myself in a mental home, hosting her, which it really shouldn't be like that. But I just wanted it to be amazing, and I wanted her to come so bad that I put myself out there for the first time, messaged her, and then when she said yes, I was like, oh my god, she's coming, she's actually coming. And she was everything that I wanted her to be and more. She changed my lash game. I'd been lashing for a long time when she came in. I've been on training courses before, and where I haven't implemented what they taught me, even though it's really good tips and stuff, and that I gave myself a good talking to before she came, and I was like, you've literally nearly broken yourself to get her here. Everything she says you must do, and I still do it to this day. Everything that she taught me, I took her class again the year after, but everything that she taught me, I drank it in, every single bit of it, and I love her immensely.
Yeah, she is amazing. I think I remember you hosting it. Was it like 3-4 years ago, maybe?
No, it was 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2017, and then she came back. Shireen hosted her last year, and I went on her course again. That's how amazing she is. I literally went on her course again. She is just incredible and has just got so much to give to the lash world. She's just amazing. I love her.
She is awesome. And then who's your last?
So my third one is actually Dion. Honestly, I thought about it a lot, and she inspires me because that's what I was thinking. It's like, who does inspire me? Do you know what? Dion's the reason that I'm here right now, like on this podcast. I would never have done it. From the day that she walked into my studio, she has been my biggest cheerleader. She really has, for no reason. Sometimes there was one time I got a voice note that was about 2 minutes long, and she was like, I don't even know why I'm messaging you, but I feel like I need to tell you that you are amazing and you're going to do great things. Like, honestly, she's so good. She's so kind, and she makes me do things. She thinks she thinks of how capable I am, and she makes me do the things. She said, like, in our Lash Squad group, so I've got my group where my students are, and she said, you should do some videos, and I did it. I would never do it unless Dion tells me to do it. I wouldn't do it. She makes me do the things. Like, she just makes me believe in myself. She's just the kindest heart. She really, really has got the kindest heart, and I love her dearly.
Yeah, I work with Dion quite a lot now, and she's just such a darling.
Isn't she just the best? She's just the best. She just, like, like, she just sees the good in everybody, and she just wants to see everybody do well. Like, when I told her that I'd said yes to the podcast, she was so excited, more excited than anybody's ever been. Like,
Message me, I know.
And she's so like, I believe her. She's so genuine. Like, she's so genuine, and she just wants to see me be happy and do well. And she had to be in my top 3 because of, like, I am happy that I did it. I'm still nervous, and it's still in the corner of my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm rambling and everybody's gonna hate it. But Dion is on the other side of my mind going, I want to listen. It doesn't matter. And you know what? If she wants to listen, then it's all good.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that. So,
good.
where can people find you if they're not already following you?
So on Instagram, I actually don't use my Facebook page like ever, which is probably really bad. But I feel like I think again, where I don't like, I let my lashes do the talking. Where I don't like to talk, like if you're my friend on Facebook, you'll see my stupid Facebook updates where I'm probably drunk. But my Instagram is actually where I post my lashes, or my website, or my email. But Instagram, just Vicky Rugg on Instagram is probably where you'll find me the most.
Perfect. Well, Vicky, I know this was so hard for you. I'm so grateful for you coming on.
Oh my God, that was so hard. I'm sorry if I rambled.
No, you didn't at all. Just thank you so much for coming on. I'm pretty sure so many people are going to be able to relate to everything you've spoken about, and obviously you've also given away some lash tips and stuff which are going to help people as well. So thank you so much.
Oh, I hope so. I hope that you're very welcome, and thank you for persevering, and thank you for not giving up on me, and for giving me a chance to come on, because honestly you really could have gone like, oh fuck her, you really could have done that, and honestly I'm really grateful that you didn't, and that I'm here today.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
We would love to hear what you thought about this episode.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Please leave a review and share on social media tagging @KG Salon so we can share.
I always follow them.
Until next time, have an amazing, successful week.